Do you struggle with how to manage and maintain productivity during change? If you do, you're not alone. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the one question that you need to ask and answer to manage and maintain productivity during change. Hello, if you're new here, I'm Dr. Dawn Marie Turner, President of Turner Change Management. I work with CEOs and senior executives to help them adopt a readiness mindset and use science-based strategies to prevent resistance to change and grow a healthier, stronger organization. Productivity. It's something we all strive for. But the thing to remember is it's not static. It ebbs and flows depending on our situation, our motivation, our time management skills, our physical and emotional state. What is going on in our environment all affects our productivity. I know that because my productivity ebbs and flows. I've noticed that some days I'm highly productive. I move through the day with feeling really strong. And other days, well, let's just say I've chased a lot of squirrels. So it shouldn't be surprising that productivity would be affected during change. Whether it's a planned change or an unplanned change, your operational productivity is going to shift. The question I get asked most often when it comes to productivity, especially during change, is how will we maintain our productivity during the change? It's a good question, but it's the wrong one to ask if you're looking to manage productivity during change. Why? Because regardless of how well your change initiative is planned, operational productivity will be affected. Before I talk about the question that you need to ask for productivity, let's explore a little bit about what we mean when we talk about productivity more traditionally. Most of the time when we think about productivity, we're thinking about the amount of work or a good or service that can be created in a given amount of time with a given number of resources. For example, a manufacturing supervisor may be looking at the number of widgets that can be created in a given amount of time. A call center supervisor or employee may be looking at the number of calls that they can process in a given amount of time, or customer complaints that they can deal with. Or a salesperson may be looking at the number of quotes or sales they can make in a given amount of time. All of these are important elements of productivity. But during change, we need to talk about another aspect of productivity that is unrelated to producing a good or a service. And that is progress towards adoption of those new activities and those new behaviors. Therefore, the question that we need to ask during change is how do we support and adjust operational productivity to make progress toward the desired outcome? When you ask this question, you shift your focus from just getting things done to achieving long-term sustainable change, which will inevitably create a healthier and stronger organization for you. Measuring progress and not just the output will also decrease the fear, the anxiety, and the stress that many people feel when confronted with change, with learning and adopting something new and different. Many employees and leaders have shared with me their fear about being judged because it takes them longer to do their job during the change process than it did before the change was initiated. I remember one employee saying to me, I used to get so much done in a day. Now with this new system, everything takes longer. I feel so unproductive. It takes time to unlearn the old way of working and learn those new activities or behaviors with the same competence, comfort, and confidence you had in doing the old activities. All the while trying to maintain that daily operation so that your business keeps running. One study of 26 project teams found employees reported more positive emotions, were more upbeat, and they also expressed more joy, warmth, and pride in their work when they believed they made progress. The same study also found that the most common trigger for a best day was any progress in the work of the individual or the team. So a dip in your operational output is normal and it should be expected. But employees who feel unproductive, who can't see progress in the midst of change, isn't helpful, and it can derail your change initiatives. It's why we advocate our clients early in the change process to identify transition outcome indicators. We call them the toys of the change process and within our methodology. Toys are qualitative and quantitative, large and small, ways of assessing and monitoring progress throughout the transition. And they can be things that you wouldn't normally think about measuring. For example, one powerful transition outcome indicators that we teach to leaders is to be listening and observant around the language people are using to describe the new activities, the behaviors, or the new environment. The language that people are using is a strong indicator of their readiness and the level of adoption that is needed for that sustainable change and that is impacting what's happening in the operational environment. Write in the comments if you'd like me to do a video on how to identify and use transition outcome indicators to motivate and support people for adopting new activities, new behaviors, and achieving those desired outcomes for your organization. One last thing to keep in mind as you're thinking about managing and maintaining productivity during change. People are not machines. We need downtime. Your employees need downtime. And in an era of multiple simultaneous changes, you need to actively create regular pauses within and between change initiatives, both large and small. Then use these pauses to assess progress towards adoption, readiness levels, and the impact on the people and your operational environment. When we actively create the pause, when we give people a chance to refocus and regain that sense and feeling of progress and productivity, you can advance change in your organization in a healthy and sustainable way. If you like this video, click the thumbs up and the like button and give us some feedback. It's really helpful to hear your feedback. That's it for now. I'll talk to you again soon.